Good day everyone, this is our CAE 12 project for the TeacherSuit Talk Show Competition 2023. In our group we have Nicholas, the head professor of IT department, Vincent, the CEO and director of AI Tech, and Jay, Times Tech-based journalist. And now I shall let my virtual avatar explain what our topic is about.
Have you heard of the phrase, AIs are taking over the world? Humans have evolved so much over the years that we became smart enough to invent artificial intelligence, commonly known as AI. Back in the days, all AI could do was automate factory machines, store data, calculate extremely fast, and destroy chess champions. Nowadays, it has caught the attention of many people in controversial topics due to its increased capability over time. Things such as making art, having a conversation, separating music and vocals, and destroying chess champions are good examples. Speaking of art though, this is where our creation comes back to bite us. There have been many heated debates on AI being able to draw or rob digital artists of their jobs. And it's not just limited to artists either. Many jobs around the world are fearing replacement in the near future. And to further explore our current situations, I shall leave it to Vincent, our CEO and director of AI Tech.
To answer this question, we would have to go back to our distant ancestors who had to hunt or collect to survive. And they created innovations and tools to make their jobs easier. And productivity rose, which means more stuff or services could be provided or produced using less human labor. This eliminated many jobs but created others which were more specialized and better. For most of our time on Earth, we have been working in agriculture, but with the Industrial Revolution and the discovery of electricity, many shifted to service and production jobs. Then only a few centuries ago, the information age happened. And many of those service, transportation, and production jobs were taken over and being taken over by the tools that we had created for us to make our lives easier. And these robots, these machines, these cashier robots, factory robots, barista robots, or even self-driving cars. And they're better and more cost-efficient than human workers. And it only costs like a few dollars in electricity to hire a robot than a human worker whom you have to pay a minimum wage.
Good point.
And not enough new jobs are being created to make up for the ones that are being taken over, say journalism and art or even architecture. And for example, we used to think that chess was a creative human skill right up until they beat the best of us. And if you look at these complex human creative skills, and you can see that these can be broken down into small tasks which are easy for bots to do. And this is beginning to affect living standards. And in the past, we could say that with rising productivity, more and better jobs would be created, but the numbers tell a different story.
That was very informative of you, Director Sir. Now, moving on to our journalist, Jay.
Oh, yes, I would definitely agree with that. But what he made is definitely fine. So what I am mentioning is that there used to be a time where things are not automated and we need someone to operate. An automated car couldn't operate if someone is not riding. But things are changing. Technology is evolving, and we have moved into a time where we don't even need humans anymore, and it's becoming life-threatening. Yeah, I would definitely agree to Mr. Vincent's point, and it's valid. So, does it really threaten or really steal the lives and jobs of so many people across the world? And that's an issue we need to address right now. So, for Sir Nicholas, can you please explain the arguments or the prospect on that?
Well, okay. So this both situations spark concern reaction among people, and there have been numerous debates online about AI. Arguably, the most controversial one being the rise of AI art image generators, which led to many artists being concerned about their future of their jobs. Before we talk about its issues, it's important that we first acknowledge the complicated and fascinating system of AI generators. It's essential that we are accurate in what we use and the concept we understand, as being accurate with our info is half the battle in an age of constant propaganda. So let's start off with the elephant in the room, copyright. Copyright is a huge issue when it comes to AI-generated art. To be clear right away, images produced by emissions are not protected by copyright. Rather, copyrightable works require human authorship. You see, for AI art to work, first a dataset must be gathered, whether it's from the internet or just simply taking a photo. And the machine will put this data into an algorithm. Next, the machine will use this data to learn the difference and similarities between each image. And in a sense, the AI is breaking down to the smallest conceptions it can, pixels between pixels, to make one image. Basically, the AI is referencing difficult many images and learning to create images of its own, which in itself is not a problem, but the database of images were copyrighted and they were usually taken from owners without consent. And it's not only art generators that spark this reaction among the community. It's also the rising popularity of other generator AIs such as ChatGPT, which basically writes essays for you. And at first glance, this might look handy and convenient, but if you really think about it, it's terrifying that a robot can mimic this level of human expression. So will the AI replace humans? Well, to answer that, I guess I'll just hand it over to our journalist Jay.
Yes. Okay, that's a really difficult question to answer. Will AI actually replace humans? I would say that people needn't worry because the most productive use of computers is having them work with people, not replace people. Humans and computers working together are even more effective than computers working alone. But I would say that the cases in which this is true are always temporary. So let me give you an example. As the computers eventually proves to be like really superior, so a person working with a calculator could solve math problem infinitely faster than a calculator alone. So you can't operate a thing unless you combine yourself with the technology. But today, full factories and even warehouses are operated by computers alone. Like they are doing complex math all by themselves. And also, as mentioned earlier, scanners and also sensors supply the numbers. For a long time, you and your highly computerized cars could drive better than the car alone, but no more. So what do I mean by that? Do we really want a world without work? In truth, a world without work is like improbable. Clearly, as human desires are infinite, no matter how much technology may do for us, we will always find something to want. So as economies have evolved over the millennia, we've looked outwards to get the new skills required from whom? To elders, schools, trainers, and employers that knew and could teach us what we needed to know. Now, for the first time, I would say that we must also look inward to our skills and capabilities because we are more valuable. So what am I mentioning from that? I would say that as the capabilities become more valuable, standards will rise. There will be certain skills that people need to master. Even those who are like really good at them and master at them will have to get better. But if these prospects seems worrying, I would say it shouldn't. Why? It's wonderful news. Just think of what we are being asked to do, to become more human, to be the creators we once were and we're always meant to be. So I would say that being updated is the only way to get through. Humans need to be working side by side the robots to make healthy environment and for the betterment of the public around the world. In the deepest possible sense, you've got everything that you need. All I want to mention as the Times technique-based journalist is that you've already got what it takes and make of it what you will, and we can create a world better and bright future using AI and not against it. I hope everyone will enjoy this discussion. Thank you so much.
This was a very indulging discussion held by my three creators. As an AI's point of view, I will only say time will tell. This was our talk show project. Thank you very much for watching.